Well, hello YouTubers, well I'm at it today, and we're replacing the wheel bearing on the back of this 2004 Explorer. How did I know which side it was? Well, I just simply took it down the road, drove it about 35-45 miles an hour and turned the wheel real hard one way, and if the noise goes away, then you know which side it is. The side that comes up in the air, if it quits making the noise, that's normally where the wheel bearing is bad, or you can just pull the wheel off and shake it. Even sometimes that's kind of hard to even figure out. Here's a new wheel bearing, so we're working on it here. I've got part of it already off. As you can see, I've got some of the bolts. I got the brake shoes, the e-brakes, they're off, the hub's off. Now I'm taking out the 3 bolts, the upper ball joint bolt right here, and this adjustment link back here. And I got one right there. Once I get those out, then I've got to take a chisel and get in here and spread these knuckles apart so we can pull these bolts out. And once I get those out, then this whole thing will come off. Then I can start figuring out how to press this wheel bearing out. Now, I do have a full tutorial online on this site, on YouTube, on how to do this. Once I find it, I'll put a link in this video so you can see how I did it step by step. But I just wanted to show you what I'm doing here today. And there's the brakes on the back here, and they're kind of sitting there. They're in good shape. Brand new brake shoes, brake pads, I should say. And these are also brand new e-pad, e-brakes, emergency brake shoes. So, and there's the rotor, like I said. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get this off here. And one thing that you will have to fight is this emergency brake cable. You've got to push it back through right here. You know, a lot of times there'll be a lot of rust in here. You'll just have to put some oil in here, take a hammer and a screwdriver, and eventually knock it back through there. The thing that it hangs up on is this rubber thing here that it goes in. Rust builds up in this, and you cannot get this out. So you really got to fight with this to push this back out of the way. And once you get it out of the way, then really the only thing we have to do is get these bolts out. Now this big nut here that I took off, it is right here. Surprisingly, it came off pretty easy. And let me see the socket I was using on that. If I find it here, it's on my big gun, my impact wrench I should say. It is going to be a 36 millimeter. So that's what I used there. Alright, so go ahead and get this off here, see if we can get a wheel bearing in here today. Alright, things are looking a little bit better. First thing you really got to do is get rid of this, get this guy here off. I used a chisel and lots of oil and kind of forced it out and hit it. You can see all the rust on it. And then when you get that in the axle wire, you can just turn this whole thing sideways. Oh, by the way, this bearing is bad. Listen to this. Hear that? Thank you. Hear that? Bearing is shot. It's almost locked up. It's so hard to turn. So this is the side. So what I gotta do now is kind of spin this around like this and take a chisel and get in here and force this apart. You do not want to beat on this top control arm. This is aluminum. You will break those. I broke one about 2 years ago. So they're easy to break. So once you spread this apart a little bit, this will drop out of the knuckle there. So then we can go in and start working on the bearing. See all that rust? So it's a bad one. So just about got it off. Took me about an hour to do this. So it's not a job for the lighthearted, that's for sure. Alright, so I got it out of the top ball joint. These pinch bolts that are back here, they're really hard to get this knuckle sometimes to free up, so you got to use a chisel to get in here and kind of spread that a little bit. But you can see all the rust. This is what was holding it in there. So this is out. Now we can start replacing this, and like I said, hear that? It ain't supposed to make that noise. And you can see the back of it there. This is what you're in for if you want to change a wheel bearing on these Explorers. It's quite a job. So next time we come back, I'll have this all pressed out, and we'll go ahead and press the new bearing in. Now, you will have to have a press to do this. And of course, here's my press. Had it for 5 or 6 years, and it's saved me a ton of money, and I paid around $200 for it. It is a lifesaver, people. If you do mechanical work now and then, get you one. You'll thank me later. Alright, so now I'm pressing the part of the hub out, and I had to get this clip ring out, and it was so rusted in there I had to take a punch and actually get a hold of that and get a screwdriver in behind it and work it out. It was pretty tough to get out. So now I am finally pushing out the bottom of the hub here, and this is how I have it set up. If you have some junk tools laying around, you may have to figure out how to get it set up just right, but you just got to figure out what works best for you. So it is coming out. So I think you can kind of see that there if I hold the camera steady. Slowly going out. And there it goes. That's about it. Wow, all that to get that out. And so I can get this out of here without knocking everything over. And that's what we had to get out. This was pretty tough to get out, but I did get it out. And let's look at this now real quick. Alright, so there's what's left of that. And all I gotta do is push this bearing out. This shouldn't be too bad. It's a lot easier putting this stuff back together. Looks like part of this bearing started to come out anyway. So what I have to do now, it has to come out this way. Flip it over. And I got to put something on this, knock part of this bearing out. Then there's still going to be an outer race, which looks like this. This housing is kind of hard to get out, so I'll have to find something to push this out. But this is what gets everybody in trouble, is to getting this outer race out, which sets on the outside right here. So when we come back, hopefully I'll have all this put back in, and we'll be putting a new bearing back in. Alright, so now I've got the center piece out, and I basically took a Dremel tool and cut it out. That's the only way you can do it. This is one of the old, well actually this is an older one that I had done a year or so ago. This is the one I just took out. Hammer, chisel, and a Dremel tool, just go in there and cut a slice and knock it back out the opposite direction. Unless you can find something that you can put on here, knock this out with, hey, share it with us, because the problem is, if you look closely, there's a lip right here, and this end sits right behind the lip, and you can't get nothing on it. What they should have done, Ford, was put grooves in this right here and made a socket with long fork-like teeth to be able to push this downward. But because of that, you can't get to this because of this lip right here. And if I flip it around, you can see that lip right there? That's the problem you run into with these Explorers. So now all I have to do is go ahead and put my new bearing in, press it in. The hard part's done. We'll come back in a little bit, we'll look at it, and finish up. Okay, kids, you're just in time for the show. It's all back together. And you can see how I had it kind of set up here. Socket, some gears. I had in my box. Press the new hub on. Nice and smooth, no noise. And we are ready to put this back on the SUV. And there's a look at it. So all together, it took me about 3 hours today to do this. Had to take a break. But there's the new bearing. Should last quite a while. And the other side, I checked it. Luckily, it's okay. So now all I gotta do is reassemble it. So I'm happy. We'll come back here in a little bit, look at it, and take it out the road and see how it sounds. Okay, kids. After some hard work today, about 4 hours worth of work, I have a brand new wheel bearing on that side. So we're gonna head out and take it for a ride and see how she feels. Alright folks, we're cruising right along, and let me just say, what a difference. This thing is so quiet now. Just listen. Before, it sounded like a tagger, just constantly roaring and roaring. It was awful. Boy, I can't believe that wheel bearing was that bad, but it did take care of the issue, and I'm cruising along about 40 miles an hour, and it was really bad. I probably should have filmed it before I worked on it, but trust me, if you get a bad wheel bearing, you'll know. So if you're going to do this job, guys, just take your time at it and don't be in a hurry. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to do this. I'm going to link my video from a couple of years ago and show you how I changed my rear wheel bearing step by step. So if you want to see that, just click on the link here about any time and you'll see it. So other than that, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I am happy I do not have to worry or listen to this awful growling noise that I had when my wheel bearing was bad. So just a little summary today, a little quick video. Hey, you can do it. Just think, all the money you can save. So until my next video, guys, take care, and I'll see you then.